all the details. NBA 2K17, the prelude is out now, and 2K TV has all the details. Plus, find out what we have in store for our new season. NBA 2K17, the prelude is out now, and 2K TV has all the details. Plus, find out what we have in store for our new season. NBA 2K17, the prelude is out now, and 2K TV has all the details. Plus, find out what we have in store for our new season. The prelude is out now, and 2K TV has all the details. Plus, find out for our new season. NBA 2K17, the prelude is out now, and 2K TV has all the details. Plus, find out what we have in store for our new season.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Boys.
NBA 2K17, the prelude is out now.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the New York Knicks going up against the Dallas Mavericks at their home American Airlines Center. For Dallas, they're in the midst of a 3-game losing streak, hoping to break out with a win tonight. We'll see if they can shake off the cobwebs. Guys, let's dig into some of the players who might be, less known to the viewers and talk about some of the more underrated players in the league. Who would be your picks? Underrated guys, Kenny.
I like Paul Millsap. I think he's underrated. I think his value to the team. There's a bunch of guys on that Atlanta team that's underrated. Teague and Millsap. Markieff Morris up in Phoenix, man. A lot of people, because the Suns aren't in the playoffs, they don't.
Coming to you live on this Tuesday night, it's the NBA on 2K Sports.
All right, ready
this
to go?
is Kevin Harlan along Burke on our sideline. The Dallas Mavericks, they come in off the loss to Golden State in Oakland. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
And that makes it hard to win, especially on the road. You get a chorus of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim. Well, that's got to wear on you.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Freak in at point guard. Sanders out there with Porzingis. Then there's Afflalo, and it's Anthony in at the 3 slot.
Just a good, solid, aggressive finish there on the break.
Not going to get much easier than that, Greg. Simple.
And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
So for New York, their last game, a win against the Detroit Pistons.
And in that game, guys, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Here's Freak. Darren Williams picking up that last basket. And it's Freak missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Holt covered by Anthony. It's Williams with the drive and a missed layup. The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Freak. And the three off target. New York on D, and this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season.
You know, some teams just have your number, and that was the case between these two last season.
Yeah, on paper it looked like it should have been no contest, but the opposite was true.
And so it's Dallas with it, following the basket by Freak, and the dunk by Jordan.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable asset for them to have, no question about it. So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
He had a great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for. And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong and attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Here's Freak. Darren Williams picking up that last basket. That's good. And that's 13 points for Freak.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
For the finish.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. And let's get this update now. Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Kurt Rambis had to say to the team. He said their plan was run their offense through Freak. Coach is looking for something special from him. He's usually not their main option at the offensive end, but it looks like he's going to be today. We'll be watching how these adjustments work. Kev, there's still a lot of time left in this game.
Thank you, Doris. Here's Freak following the score by Dallas. Pass to Porzingis. And Aflalo kicks to Freak. Pulls up on the elbow, and there's another one for the Knicks.
They're allowing a sky-high field goal percentage. That won't get it.
Not at all, Clark. You rarely see a team surrender points this easily. They have got to do better.
The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And no doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
2-on-1 as they jump out on the break.
Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
Mavericks trail by 15. Here's Mack, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for two.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Hill, he's checked in for Porzingis. And it's Henderson for Aaron Aflalo. And stolen by Freak. On up the court. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Curry can't get it to go. New York leading by 17. 55 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. That's good.
They're perfectly content to keep going to that mid-range jumper. If the defense is going to give it to them, they'll take it all day.
And it's about getting open looks, and they've used that shot with great effect here tonight.
It's been said often that good defense leads to offense, and that's what we're seeing here with all these points off turnovers.
And guys, one thing to force turnovers, but also important that you make the teams pay when you're able to create those. In the exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Pass to Matt. Tipped away. The screen from Thompson. 5 to shoot. There's a screen. Here's Curry, and the layup falls.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
And DeAndre Jordan not a focal point offensively for this team, but as a defender,
I'm not really a big scorer for our team, but that's...
Well, Jordan, a man who knows what his job is, and he likes his job, Clark, and does it very, very well. He is excelling.
Yeah, he is. He may not be the NBA's defensive player of the year. Jordan's become a defensive beast, an animal defensively, and really the thing of it is he's still learning and growing, and he's going to continue to get better, which is scary. That's moving.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And, guys, we've seen a confident-looking Knicks team out there today.
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
Yeah, and, you know, they've also done a good job, Greg, on their end of the floor by not throwing the ball away.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Dallas, we've got DeAndre Jordan. Thompson is out there with Darren Williams, and it's Holt in at the shooting guard position.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell.
Oh!
That's moving.
And Freak throws it down.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pistons just played phenomenal. He dropped in a staggering amount of points, and he was a thief out there as well, adding a hefty amount of steals to his totals. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing.
And, you know, I'll be interested to see how much he's got left in the tank. I mean, that performance had to take a lot out of him.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes supreme confidence can increase your stamina and endurance. So I'll be interested to see how that affects his play.
And he dunks it down.
Well, there's hot guys, and then there's really hot. They just can't miss.
You know, Greg, sometimes you'll see an individual guy go on a shooting tear like this, but the whole squad, wow.
Jordan the pass to Holt. The dish to Miles. Here's Nowitzki. It's rebounded by New York. What a stretch they've got going here. 17-2. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Freak's got 44.
Wow, 4 here in the first half. They're going to need to do something different on defense to trap this guy and lock him up.
Here's Holt. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half. Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
They get it back.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Here's Freak. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Freak. 46 points and a ridiculous number of steals. That's dominance he's showing us.
Rarely will you see a performance like this one.
A different look for New York. Lopez comes in for Sanders. And Anthony subbed in for Shane Larkin. There's a good screen. Here's Mack. The kick out to Anderson. Takes a 3. There's the bucket. Good. Anderson's got his first 3 points of the game.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
And that one's good. Freak.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
Knocked away. And stolen by Freak. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
And the call will be against Robin Lopez. That's his first. A dominating first.
Well, what a great job you did, both moving the ball and passing it and scoring it. What has been the key for you to this point?
I mean, I've just been trying to take what the defense gives me, really. I know I can't just try and go right at them every time, but if they give me a look, I'll shoot it. Otherwise, I'm just trying to keep the ball moving.
Thank you for your time. This one far from over, Kevin.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
He's just been terrific. This is what they needed from him.
And a double-double in just one half of basketball? You can't ask for anything more as a coach, teammate, or fan.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Kurt Rambis. Freak, he's in at the point. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's Sanders. And it's Afflalo in at the 2 guard.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Williams kicks to Miles. His 3-pointers off the mark. New York's gotten 2/3 of their 3-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. And a wide-open look for Freak. New York, no good that time either. And now here comes Williams leading the break. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. He's got 11.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this. And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
And the rejection by Sanders. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Flowers running.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession.
Checking out the numbers for DeAndre Jordan. Last season, he played outstanding. Last season, chipped in 11 points per game, 12 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks. And his defensive presence inside, not to be overlooked. He builds a wall around the basket.
You know, over this last whole stretch of games, I mean, he's been shutting down the lane with absolute authority.
Here's Freak. The shot no good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Nowitzki a screen. Williams kicks to Nowitzki. Dishes to Williams. Shot from 16. It's rebounded by New York.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
And that one's good. Freak.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Fantastic dunk, and he decided to hang around up there for a while, Kevin.
Well, maybe, you know, he didn't want to land awkwardly. I don't know.
Oh, guys, come on. You know, he's up there posing. He's posing for the photographers. That's all that's about.
Nowitzki dishes to Williams. Right side, Jordan. And the pass to Miles. Clock at 4. Here's Williams. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Williams has got 8 points.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
And that one's good. Freak.
He's doing it all for them right now on the offensive side. No matter what the defense has done, they haven't been able to find an answer to stop him, and he's had an answer for every defense he's seen.
Passes it to Porzingis. Some nice passing by New York here. He feeds it to Sanders. It's stolen. Pass break, Dallas. Here's Holt. It's hauled in by Porzingis. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. It's tipped. Williams in the post. Anthony on him. Williams, that's good. Williams has got 10 points.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Nowitzki, the pass to Holt. Williams with a clean look. Off target from three-point range. For New York, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. And it's blocked by Jordan.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Really left alone that time. 1:02 left in the third. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Williams. And that one's good. Freak.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
The layup missed.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Took him no time at all on that one. He's got 13. 27 seconds left to play in the third. From the arc, and again, New York with the triple.
And he got loose from the three-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second.
And stolen by Freak. Goes up, rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
The Mavericks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And he makes the first. Here's Williams. Thompson is out there with Pachulia. Then it's Shelvin Mack. Then it's Williams. And it's Jordan in at the 5 down low. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Knicks.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Freak. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
And stolen by Freak. For the 3, and again, New York with the triple.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Mack. And good on the basket. Book it. Here's Freak. Good D by Jordan.
Sweet move to get free, but just could not convert there in the end.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look.
Hey.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith without Freak. An absolutely astounding and historic night for him here in the... And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for...